All right, guys, it's the weekend and I'm coming to terms with it, man. I think it's starting to get too cold to really think I'm gonna have a lot more time left on the water. So I thought it'd be cool if we sort of went through my day box. I tend to just start throwing stuff in the day box like all the time. I'm constantly, trying new baits. I'm either like over stockpiling in there, so I'll have like a box full of stuff, and then I'll put the excess stuff into my day box. I thought it'd be really cool if we just open the day box and I can explain to you guys, maybe this was a big fish catcher for me this year. Maybe it's something that you should look at for next year. Maybe it's something that we were trying that didn't really work as well. New products, stuff like that. I'm just gonna open this thing up and I'm gonna pile it all up so you guys can see how absolute crazy it actually is, because it is not organized at all. It's just literally this thick full of soft plastics pretty much. So I'm gonna open it up, I'm gonna pull it all out, and then we'll just start walking through some of the stuff. I'm basically starting to clean out the boat. Like I said, I think if I do have another trip or two, I'm just gonna throw a couple things in here. I'm not gonna kind of keep it loaded up like I usually have it for the entire season. So this is going to be me starting to take this thing down. We might do the same thing with the rods, and then we can go through my other boxes kind of as we're refilling them, getting ready for next year. This is going to be a short off season, which is great because we're going to do a lot of fishing down in the States, I'm hoping. Me and Ash are going to be, or me and Johnny, I'm not sure, are going to be in Japan all January, so that goes pretty quickly. And then February, there's going to be a lot of Japan in February as well, but we're going to get down to the States a lot. It's not going to be, I don't have to wait till June this year, which is a mega like stress reliever, because waiting till June to bass fish again is tough. So let's open this up, have a look at some of the stuff. That is a lot of plastic. I don't even know where to begin. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna try to organize this a little bit. Lots of empty baits. You guys know this year that smelt head with the 4-inch Easy Shiner was an absolute game changer for me. Caught so many amazing giant fish on it. So there's lots of this hanging around. Lots of packs of Easy Shiners. Lots of Hasdong shads. Hasdongs work up here year round, so I always keep a decent amount in the boat. That's actually not a lot of Hasdongs in retrospect. Emo Kamushis, this is one of my favorite baits for flipping, especially if I'm flipping weightless profile stuff, or weightless profile, weightless style, where you're just, nothing's pegged, it's just the bait and the hook. It's a little bit heavier, the appendages have a nice shaking action in the water. We use these a ton, especially around cover. Texas rig, obviously, so Emo Kamushi's in there. Doe Live Craw, I bet you that if we did a count on Doe Live Craws, man, it's got to be one of my most used things this year. I had a really good football jig bite going on at the end of the year, so the Doe Live Craw, maybe not as many in here as I thought. Oh, we got a couple packs of Doe Live Craw anyway. Honestly, man, if you're not using this as a trailer on like a football jig, any jig really, the football jig with this guy, I have crazy amount of confidence in it. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it just is become like one of those things that I obsessively have to have tied on. So tons of those guys. Cover scats, I mean, we've been throwing cover scats forever. Again, another classic bait, kind of in that Emo Kamushi, in the Emo Kamushi class. I fish a lot of these more in open water. I don't know if it's just from me being maybe like listening to a lot of the Japanese guys, how they fish it. I tend to fish this more open water, deeper, slower, a lot slower than anything else that I throw. But yeah, I love the cover scat, man. One of my favorite baits. This is one that, these are just kind of extras. I have a gazillion of these in the boat. We did a whole video at the start of the year where I basically said this might be one of the best smallmouth baits of all time. Okashira Spark Shad combo. I spent so much time this year really focused in on smallmouth and trying to become, there's levels I think in fishing. It depends on how much time you really spend on the water, but that's the number one most important thing. But really understanding the baits and how to present them in like a proper way. I really tried this year to focus in on a few different specific techniques that I thought could really level me up this year, and it worked. Like throwing swim baits, like I said, going back to that sort of the K-Tech with that smelts head. This combo changed the game for me. This Spark Shad, again, these are not new things. These are things that maybe I just wasn't either underutilizing, or maybe I wasn't throwing them in the right situations. My confidence just wasn't fully there on them. I've been using them for years, but this year they really unlocked something for me and helped me do a lot better in any fishing situation, really, especially smallmouth, man. We do a lot of smallmouth fishing. This is, I mean, I don't know if I missed the bite window. I went out a little bit too late. We kill them up here on the Dark Sleeper. It's just like, I mean, I have so many packs that these ones are all unopened because I think I missed the bite window. When I went out, we just got back from Japan. I was busy trying to catch up on some stuff, and by the time we went out, I think that there's like a small window where you can really do some crazy damage on the Dark Sleeper on Lake Ontario. I missed it. I missed the window for sure. I was pretty sad about it because it's one of my favorite ways to fish. You can really kind of jack them in. A lot of the times when you're fishing Great Lakes stuff, you know, you're throwing like very small, finessey, you know, 7-pound line. With this guy, I throw it on bait caster, 16-pound fluorocarbon if I want. Sometimes we downsize, but most of the time, honestly, like 12 to 16-pound fluorocarbon, anywhere in that range. And you can just jack them and get them in the boat. It's super fun bite. Sad I missed it this year, but the springtime, deadly combination right here. Deadly combination, smallmouth and Dark Sleepers. That Donko color on the Great Lakes is one of the best. Couple tubes, we got some GLF tubes. Again, this is my overstock box. So this is stuff where I was using it, and then once I had the bag out, it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that like going back into that box and taking out the full-size bag and putting it back in, I don't tend to do it. So as I'm using stuff, it pretty much just gets shuffled into the day box, and then by the end of the year, it's just a little bit out of control. So lots of tubes, lots of juvie craws. These power bait ones are pretty good. They get torn up really quickly, so sometimes it's a good trade-off. I gotta start putting these back up on the wall too. That's another fun thing. So this will just keep getting fuller and fuller as we empty the boat. I actually haven't even gone in there. I know I've seen a bunch of packages in there from the last couple times we went out. I just started jamming stuff all over the place. I'm gonna have to clean that out. This is, I think, just a one-off, but I was obviously throwing bladed jigs because I have some of, yeah, like, I think I was throwing bladed jigs on one of the days for sure. Sneaky good trailer, this Bellows Shad is. I'm gonna have to put these guys back. I might as well just do it right now. I'm gonna have to get more pegs. Nope. Ashley did a good job cleaning this up the other day. We don't have enough room to color coat them. This is more of like the Japanese style where they just jam as many products on the shelves and hope that they all fit. More Bellows stuff. I really do like the Bellows a lot, man. I think that deep ribbing gives stuff so much extra movement. Obviously we have some dice. This is something that's been the craze like all year. A lot of half packs. I've had on and off bites with it. I mean, I've seen the effectiveness, obviously. I've caught megas on it. Earlier in the year, this was pretty effective and then kind of tapered off a bit. I actually had a ton of success on the Raid one. Again, this is all like overflow stuff. So, I mean, if you guys want to see, we can go through my whole big box on another video, but the dice, I think it's one of those things that you should probably have in your arsenal, even if it's just situational. It catches a ton of fish. And then there's a little two-way action. Two ways are, again, something you really need to have in your arsenal. Just shrapnel all over the place. What else do we got? Finesse jigs, one of my favorite Igudama type covers. Depths Sakamata shads. I don't really think I have to explain that. We got some Doe Live beavers. Yeah, just tons of cool stuff, man. Pop Max that I never ended up using. Bunch of OSP 01 jigs, which I really hope they restock soon because I'm starting to run out of a lot of my favorite colors. I really love this jig. I have a ton of confidence in it. A lot of guys say that the hook's maybe a little bit too, I don't want to say compact. It's a small hook, but I think that, if you can see, it's a small hook, but you don't need to fish it on like double extra heavy gear. You can fish it great around cover. It doesn't bend out for me. It's just one of those confidence things for me. We got a bunch of bellows hooks from Zappu. Pretty, I mean, you can kind of see what I was doing at the end of the year. A little bit of everything. A lot on the finesse swim bait side. Like we got fat swing impacts in here always. We got some of those Wriggle ND Slims. This is in that mushroom color, Loctic White. Really good color. Pretty much like a good Goby imitator. So that white belly and then that brown back. It's a cool one. Yeah, we got some Hira Tylers. This is obviously one of the last ones on the day we were using it. I ended up with one left. This looks like Scuppernong. Yeah, Scuppernong. So yeah, just thought I'd maybe shoot like a little freestyle video for you guys for this second channel. Hope you guys like it. We're gonna keep doing content like this, just random stuff. Yeah, thanks guys.